welcome. It is my honor now to present to you all Rohini Mathur, who is an award winning artist from Bothell, Washington. She has had her art exhibited at several shows, and in 2019, her paintings were honored with the City of Kent Purchase Awards in the City of Kent summer art exhibition and included in the city's public art collection. Rohini's artwork can be found in numerous private and public collections worldwide, including the public art collection at the City of Kent. But while art is her passion, she also combines that with compassion. And today, she is here as an Ekal Indie Art Ambassador. Ekal Vidyalaya is an organization that brings education to over 100,000 rural remote villages. And during these very special times, the organization has created Indie Art, which is an art competition that encourages people to explore their creative side while bringing digital literacy to India. And the art ambassadors are providing free art workshop to all the registrants. Welcome, Rohini ji. Namaste. What a pleasure to have you here with me.
Thank you so much, Ranjini ji. I'm so honored to be here today.
That's wonderful to see this beautiful, beautiful lady and who is sitting in this beautiful collection of flowers. I see flowers every single place I see around you. So I am just curious, what inspires you to paint so many flowers? And to be honest, it blows my mind that flowers can be painted in so many different ways by just one single artist.
Yes, so I am the crazy flower lady. Yes, I agree. I just love painting flowers.
Yeah.
I think just capturing those, like the petals and the nuances of each flower on my canvas and getting inspiration from Mother Nature is something that fascinates me. So I do derive my inspiration from what I see around me. I have a beautiful flower garden.
I was going to ask you, where did these flowers come from, so, and how much time does it take you to grow the flower garden, and how did you learn to grow the flower garden?
So yes, I do grow about 25 odd varieties of different flowers in my garden. They are in bloom from March through September. So it's always nice to just have a walk in the garden and get inspiration. I take zillion photos. I sometimes go out and I sketch out and I bring the canvas indoors and then complete the painting in my studio. So it does take a lot of time tending to the garden. It's actual blood, sweat, and tears.
Oh my God. To do the gardening and the art, right? Of course, the art doesn't need the blood, so it's okay. So
That's
that is wonderful. Now, you did not really start out as an artist. So, can you tell us a little bit about your journey? I think so many artists in this indie art group are all like, we did something else and now we are an artist. So, where did this begin? Where did you learn to paint?
right. So I think I've always been an artist in some form or the other since childhood. I was always the one in my room, always creating something, working on art projects, cutting something, collaging, painting, just like having fun with art. So I think it's always been there inside me innately. And I do got a lot of inspiration from my dad. My father's an architect. So I saw a lot of designing and all the creations happening, and the creative side I got exposed to as early in the childhood. So I think that's from I got my inspiration, and like just getting to be in that household where everything was like inspiring to me.
Wow.
And that's how I got, I think, more involved
Involved in art. So it sounds like many of the artists told me it's their mother, but in your case, it was your father who was the
yes.
artist. So what did your mother do?
So my mother is actually an electrical engineer.
Wow.
Yes, so both my parents, my dad an architect, my mom an engineer. They both are from IIT Roorkee, and but I'm a business and finance person. I'm not a science person at all. But the creative side, yes, I did get from my father. Yes.
That's fantastic. So you actually I think said that you did your finance and at some point even spent some time in Brandeis, which is in the area of in our neighborhood in Boston here. So and then from there on, what did you do for a career?
So that's absolutely true. So I did my undergrad in India, and then I did my MBA in finance from Sydney, Australia, and I was there for about 2 years. And I came back to India to work in corporate world back in Delhi, and from there I came back to the US to do my MS in finance from Brandeis University in Waltham. I have such amazing memories of Boston. I have a lot of family in Boston, so it's always special. That connection is always there. And from there, my journey took me to actually California, where I was working, and that's where I think my love for oil painting started. So I was working for a tech company, and it was a highly stressful and demanding job, and I wanted something to de-stress myself. And oil was one medium I had not explored. I was always very fascinated by the medium. I had done like a lot of different art styles and mediums like acrylics, watercolors, and stained glass and encaustics wax medium, but never did oils. So on the weekends, I enrolled myself for a private oil painting lessons with an artist, and I started like learning all the fundamentals and the basics, and I just got hooked onto it, and it was a great stress buster for me. Just I used to look forward on Sunday mornings to go and paint, and anytime I got off from work, after work was when I used to keep doing painting.
Yeah.
And from California to Seattle now. So 4 years ago, I came to Seattle because of work. I was working in Amazon as a finance manager, and about 1 year into the job, I realized I want to do my passion. I want to follow my dream and not crunch numbers, not be so stressed, and do something which I really purely love. And I quit the job in Amazon to pursue my passion for arts full time and became a full time artist 3 years ago. Yeah.
Wow. And first of all, amazing that you did that. That's a big, big decision to do. And I can see that you're very, very happy about the decision as well. So, but, but how does one do that? How does one get into a career that one has no idea about? I mean, with finance, you had your schooling, you had your, links. So how does one start out as an artist in an artistic career?
Right. I think because of my MBA education, networking was a big part of what we learned in school, in B school. So when I became an artist, I think I started connecting with fellow artists on social media. I started going to these art festivals and exhibitions and met with curators and the exhibition organizers and other fellow artists. I think that was a key learning for me, being a new emerging artist, starting a new career altogether. And just like, and people were like so like open and encouraging, and we shared notes, like fellow artists were sharing notes on what shows and exhibitions you should apply to, and like what artwork will fit any kind of festival. So I think that's how I started getting into a lot of exhibitions and shows and galleries. So it was a lot of learning, going back to the basics, and also spending a lot of time, I think, honing my craft. So I was painting a lot too. I was creating new pieces and just like getting to do my creative side and just making that flow. So I think it was a combination of everything. Yes.
Actually, what I'm seeing even in the indie art group, which I think the ambassadors are having more fun than anybody else. I can see that, right? I see. It looks like the artists are very collaborative and really wanting to help each other. I see that you're taking classes from each other. You're attending the workshop of the other people and learning from each other. That's just so beautiful for me to see. So I think I'm a dance teacher and a dancer in the Boston area. We also have a lovely collaborative environment. People often say that artists are very egotistical and on their own. I don't think that's the case at all, right? They are mostly collaborative and like to
They
help
like
each
to help
other.
out each other. Yes. I mean, that's what I have had really
That
positive
experience.
experience. Yes. So
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's a misunderstanding of people that artists don't collaborate or don't help each other. I think it's totally wrong. So yeah. Now you claim your style is loose impressionism. First of all, I don't. I mean, I'm not an artist, so I don't know what is impressionism and what is loose impressionism?
So yes, I would describe my art style as being loose, abstract, impressionistic. And what I mean by that is I like to capture the mood and the essence of my themes and subjects, and not a complete detailed mirror image. So if you see all my flower paintings, you can see that it's a lily, or it's a daisy, it's a sunflower, but I don't put all details with all the petals and sorry, all the fine lines in between, because I want to just capture the impressionistic part of it, just the basic shape and the colors and the texture, and the form, but not get into too much detail. That's how I like to paint. It gives me the creative, carefree expression, not being tied to details, but still you can know like what am I painting. So
I think
yes.
if I look at impression from my perspective, it's just you feel the happiness, right? You don't worry about, is it a lily, or you're not
Right.
poking and looking. You're just like, oh my God, this is so beautiful, and I'm just feeling joyous. Is that what it's supposed to do?
Yes, I think a lot of people describe, my audiences have described my art as just being full of like bring a smile to your face, just being so joyful and happy, and the colors are so like lively and positivity, So yes, I've had that feedback.
Now I know what loose impressionism is. It's all about joy,
Yes,
unbridled joy, unlimited joy. So yeah, I think also somebody said, right, God is the greatest artist ever, and the Mother Nature has painted the most beautiful things for us, and all we have to do is just absorb it and represent it in a beautiful way, so that our fellow beings can also enjoy that
yes,
joy that is there. So that's fantastic. And speaking of joy, I know that you like to spread joy through compassion, your compassionate nature. So during COVID times, I know all artists have been, struggling to do different things. So what has been your endeavor during these COVID times?
yes. So, like I was saying, like on my paintings, I've always gotten like the feedback that yes, your paintings are very joyful and they just make us happy. So, when COVID hit, I thought about this art initiative called Happy Mail for a Cause, where I painted original floral pieces, oil paintings on paper, and I sold them for affordable $10 because I want to raise money and donate it for the Feeding America COVID-19 relief fund. So, and just like for people, they were like, oh, we will get a colorful mini painting in our mail, So that was like a happy mail with a good cause. I was trying to do my little bit as an artist. So, and it was very well received. I got so much love and encouragement and feedback from everyone. So I was really happy to just do my part. So I do like the ways to how I can help, like the community at large through my art and just spread joy.
Right. So you brought joy, and while some needy people got,
Yes.
food on their table, which has been a challenge during this very special time. How beautiful. And then Akel, indie art. What motivated you to give your time to become part of this cause?
So I'm like deeply, deeply grateful and so like happy to be part of the Indie Art Ambassador family and this whole community and be part of ACUL. It's a wonderful initiative. I feel like it's so special because education is so important. And what ACUL is doing is bringing education and digital education to ACUL villages. So it's a wonderful cause, and any which way I can help and spread the word and tie my art with this cause. I think it was like there was no questions asked. Like I was on board from day one when I came to know about it, and I'm so happy to be part of everyone.
Yeah, thank you for getting involved, and thank you for spreading the message about ACL. And we really look forward to having all your people affiliated with you submit their beautiful artwork, for the competition. So, what advice do you have for aspiring artists? And I wanted to say, are you going to be teaching impressionist art for the workshop, or is there something else that's coming up in the workshop?
So the advice I will say is just follow your heart. Whatever if you think that something is pulling you somewhere, your brain is saying something, your heart is saying something, keep it in balance, but try to find your true passion, because if you do that, you'll always be happy, you know. So I know education and formal education is important, because I have done that too. But following your dream and passion is equally important. So my advice would be that. And yes, for the workshop, so although I work primarily in oils, I do a lot of floral, botanical line drawing and sketching and doodling in my journals and sketchbooks. Like I do that a lot when I'm not painting. So my workshop is inspired from my botanical drawings, and we will do like a fun and playful class, nature art and stamping play, where we will get messy, get a lot of colors, and we will stamp with leaves to create a fun nature scene. Because my art is all about nature. So I'm doing a workshop inspired by that. And we will just, I hope I can teach some new skills and techniques by using nature elements in the art. So that's my workshop, yes.
That's great. I may not learn how to grow flowers the way you do, but maybe I'll come and at least stamp some leaves. I think I could do that. So that is really wonderful. So it's really a pleasure and an honor. And is there a piece of work or a show or something that you are most proud of that you would like to share with us?
So yes, so last year I think it was a big milestone for me in 2019, when City of Kent here in Washington, they actually purchased two of my paintings to add in their public art collection. So it just was a big validation for me as an artist to have my art like being in a public art display and collection. And I think yeah, I'm not looking back since then. I've just been moving forward and feel so encouraged by everything I appreciation I get.
No, that is really beautiful. Now when I go to the city of Kent, I will know one of the works is created by a dear friend here. So that is really wonderful, Rohini. Thank you for all you do with your art. Thank you for your beautiful painting. It certainly brought me a lot of joy. When I was picking this and putting it as my backdrop here, I was like, oh, I'm just feeling happy right now. And I think that's what you're trying to spread through your work and all the good you do, through your compassionate work as well. Thank you for that. Thank you for
Thank,
taking the time and being part of Ekal India.
thank
Namaste.
you so much for having me here, Anjali ji. Thank you.
Thank you.